Hi there. Welcome to season 2 of 20 for 20. My name is Daniel Arditi, and I am a 2020 Top 20 MVS Scholar. Today, I'm joined by Cobin Szymanski, a 2021 Top 20 MVS Scholar, sponsored by Hutchinson, Minnesota, Lodge number 2427. Thanks for joining me, Cobin. So first, could you just introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from a small town in Minnesota called St. Michael. I graduated this past year and then went straight through to Yale University. My graduating class was pretty big, 500 people, and now I'm back on the East Coast.
So like you just said, you recently started your first year at Yale University. How's that going so far?
It's been really, really good. I found a fun community of people through the different extracurricular activities that I'm involved in, including the Yale Debate Association. Classes are fun but challenging, and overall, it's been a very nice experience to be close to New York City and in a fun, dynamic, involved place.
That's awesome. You said you're on the debate team at Yale?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Great. I'd love to hear that. I myself am on the debate team at Vanderbilt. So
Okay.
it's always fun to meet a fellow debater. So there are a few other 2021 top 20 scholars at Yale. Have you had a chance to connect with any other Elk scholars on campus yet?
Yes, we actually have talked. We're actually planning on scheduling a scholar meetup sometime soon, after finals, of course, because it's a little bit of a hectic time of year. But yeah, we've been talking, and it's been nice to have like a tiny little community within the bigger Yale community.
Yes, I cannot stress this enough. Take advantage of those Elk Scholar meetups. I did one last year. It was a lot of fun. We got dinner on Elks, and now they're actually one of my really good friends here at Vanderbilt. So tell us, what are you studying? What do you hope to do with your degree?
Yeah, I plan on majoring in English and getting a certificate in education studies. And then the plan after that is to go on to grad school, probably get a PhD, and then become a professor, lecturer, get involved in academia.
Awesome. What does service mean to you?
Yeah, I think service means a lot of different things to me. I think it's honestly an integral part of my life and has been since as long as I can remember. And I think it's like a really big source of motivation and belonging, because oftentimes service is thought of as like someone serving or assisting someone who's incapable of like helping themselves. But I think it's more of like a complete relationship where I get to learn from the people that I'm helping in the volunteering that I do in New Haven, and then maybe they can learn from me too. And I found it really empowering and important.
That's great. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. What are you doing now in New Haven?
Yeah, for sure. I do a lot of community outreach. There's an organization called YHAP, Yale Homelessness Action Project. So we just recently did a fast where we donated our meal swipes so that we could like fund soup kitchens and other service projects around New Haven. I'm also involved in the Yale Undergraduate Prison Project, which engages in direct service activities to those who are incarcerated in the surrounding area.
Really glad to hear that. Those sound like great events, opportunities, and a good way to contribute to the community there. So what has being an Elk Scholar, what do you think that is going to help you achieve?
Yeah, I think the Elk Scholarship Foundation and the Elk Scholarship goes a lot beyond financial support, in that there are service trips and other communities or other things that I can participate in. And it's like formed a really cool community. It's not just like here's your disbursement and then like let's move on. There's so many like engaging activities and everything that I have access to, like networking, really, really cool and successful people. And then of course the assistance and really like I don't know, welcoming environment that Elks provides and the help that they're willing to give.
Yeah, I really love that it's a network for a lifetime, not just here's your scholarship and go. So as you mentioned, they have those service trips, but you get access to a network that is a professional network. There's a lot of Elk scholars that can connect you with great opportunities, but B, just that like a network of friends. You're going to a new college or anywhere you go in the country and you can find Elk scholars, and that's great. So tell us, what makes you an Elk Scholar? Obviously, you didn't exactly pick yourself to be here, but what is it about yourself that you think is the reason you're here?
Yeah, I think I was really passionate about a lot of things in high school, but I think I guess why I'm here and why I'm an Elk Scholar is a combination of factors. I think I'm like have like a unique story, come from like a unique place, unique background. And I think I've leveraged the circumstances that I've come from to the best of my ability and gone from there. Also, I very service oriented as Elks, the Elks National Foundation is of course very service oriented. Yeah, and I think like those two factors were really important in becoming an Elk Scholar. But of course, everyone has their own story, and it might look different for literally anyone else.
Yeah, what I loved about the leadership weekend my year was getting to meet so many different people, and everyone's story was so different and so unique, but I felt connected to all of them in some way. And so I think that's really common among Elk Scholars. So tell us, what is something that you're passionate about that is outside of academics and outside of service?
Yeah. Hmm. I like, okay, this is really random. But I like botany. I like taking care of my plants. Thankfully you can't see them around my room, but I have a bit of a plant problem. So I have like 7 plants in my room. Um, I'm really good at not killing them. So that's the passion of mine is taking care of my plants. Helps keep me sane outside of the terrible stress of academics.
It's actually really funny you say that because there was someone from my year that was also really, really into plants. That is a cool trend. All right. So if you could say anything else to the Elks, to the audience, anyone watching at home, what would you say?
Um, hmm. I would say get involved. That can mean a lot of different things, whether you're in high school, you're in your professional life, you're retired. But I think it's really important to connect to the community around you. And something that I noticed moving to New Haven from my home is that the best way to feel like you have a home is to get to know everyone around you, not just the people in like your tiny little bubble, but like the actual residents of your community to get involved in service projects. And I think service is such an important um, yeah, it's service is so important in every aspect of my life, and I think it's like really important to like living a happy life. So that's my big life advice to anyone watching.
Awesome. And so to the people that awarded you your scholarship that make this possible for us to even be able to have these conversations, anything you want to tell them?
Thank you so much. I cannot express my gratitude for the contributions that they've made to my education. I probably wouldn't be here without it. And honestly, like it's changed my future forever. And I'm very grateful.
I'm so glad to hear that. So thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, Cobin, for joining me today. If you like the show, hit the like button below and be sure to subscribe to the ENF YouTube channel. Thank you for connecting with the #Elks family, and we'll see you next time.